Hello, everyone. I'm News 6 anchor Ginger Gadsden. And if you know anything about us here at News 6, you know we are big fans of fur babies. We love dogs and we do whatever we can to help get results for dogs in our community. And today we want to bring on someone who is having a little bit of a situation. And I feel like our News 6 family can really help us out and make sure that these lovely dogs have a place to call home, at least for now, right? So I'm talking to Laurie Johnson. She is the director of Florida Little Dog Rescue. Laurie, thank you so much for joining us today. And when someone told me that you guys were having a doodle problem, I was like, what's the problem with doodles? I love doodles. We all love them. But you guys have recently encountered uh, a couple of litters of doodles. So thank you for joining us and thank you for trying to help us make sure that these doodles have great foster families. And I also want to welcome Ginger, who you have with you as well.
Thank you so much for having us this morning. Say hi, Ginger. Hello.
Hi,
Um,
Ginger.
yes, I'm the director of Florida Little Dog Rescue, and we're a local foster-based rescue here in Central Florida. And we take in dogs from local shelters and dogs that the shelters divert to us because they're too full right now to take in a bunch of owner surrenders. And so a lot of times when people show up to surrender litters of puppies, the shelter is not the best place for puppies. So they will give out a list of rescues to call. And we have taken in several litters of doodle puppies that the owners just were not able to sell.
Yeah,
And everybody thinks that, oh, it's so easy, but it's not as easy as people think, especially right now in Central Florida.
and you gave me a specific example of why the people who breed these puppies cannot keep them because it is a great cost to them. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, when you sell a puppy in the state of Florida, the law requires that you provide a health certificate when you sell the puppy, which means you have to go to the vet and you have to get vaccines, and the vet has to certify that the puppy is healthy and fit for sale. And so every 4 weeks in the state of Florida, you have to go and get that health certificate renewed if you're selling puppies. So if the puppies don't sell immediately, then it means repeated trips back to the vet for the people trying to sell them. And it just doesn't become as financially profitable for them. I mean, and it's sad because they shouldn't really be selling them anyway, but then they just decide that it's better to, go ahead and move along.
Yeah, and so tell me specifically how many, you've got a couple of doodles. How many do you have all together right now that are looking for foster families?
Altogether, right now, we have about 14 doodle puppies that are looking for foster puppies from 4 different litters, looking for foster families from 4 different litters. And what our fosters do is our fosters take in the puppies like a member of their own family. We provide all the medical care and grooming for them. And they spend 2 weeks getting to know the puppies, getting to know what their habits are, like things in Central Florida that are important. Are they afraid of those 3 o'clock thunderstorms that are going to come every single
Mm.
day? Or do they just sleep right through them? Do they bark a lot? So would they be okay in an apartment, or do they really need a single family home without shared walls? And then we place them in forever families. Our fosters work really hard to make sure that we find the best fit for the pups so that their next home is their forever home. And it's a
Yeah.
great way for people who maybe are going to be traveling this summer and are only home for 2 or 3 weeks to go ahead and help save a life without the forever commitment of adoption.
And I just want to reiterate that these puppies for foster families come with, for lack of a better term, starter kits because people think, oh, it's expensive. I don't have anything for Ginger to sleep on or to eat or this, that, and the other. Tell us exactly what they come with.
Yes, and each of our foster families has different needs. We have some fosters that already have a crate, so they don't need us to give them a crate, or they already have dogs in their home, so they're using a specific type of food. But for foster families that don't have any of that, we can provide all of the supplies: crates, a bed, food, toys, all of that for their foster puppies.
Yeah, you make it as easy as possible. Okay, tell me a little bit about that cutie patootie you're holding on to right now, who has the great name of Ginger. How did Ginger Ginger to be with you guys?
Ginger came to be with us when she was originally purchased by a senior couple, and they had her just a couple of weeks and decided that a puppy was really not the best idea for them at this point in their lives. She's super playful and she likes to, chase your feet when you walk, and she tries to play with you and jump on you. And that's not necessarily the best fit for seniors. So a friend of the family alerted us that she was going to be needing placement, and we were able to go ahead and take her in.
Okay, so someone watching this right now could possibly end up as a foster family for little Ginger there. Is that right?
They could, or an adoptive family, because Ginger's been with us about 3 weeks, so she is just about ready to go on our website for adoption.
Oh my goodness. And she's got such a good temperament. She's been giving you lots of kisses during this whole interview, which is really nice. So people get to see her personality and that she's she's a little spicy. But,
She
that's
is.
what makes a good foster family, Lori, for people who think like, okay, I want to do it, but I'm not sure I'm a good fit.
A good fit is just someone who really loves dogs and wants to make a difference. We like to say in rescue, we can't change the world for every dog, but for one dog, we can change their entire world.
Mm,
So for a pup like Ginger, who might not have another place to go, you can save her life and make sure that she has a loving, wonderful future ahead. So you really just need to have an open heart and a little bit of time, not a tremendous time, not any more than you would, with a regular dog that was a member of your family. Um, and sorry, and just the ability to. Can you still see me? I'm so sorry. Something
yeah,
just came
yeah,
up
no,
on.
that's okay. That's
Okay,
okay. Yeah, we can
sorry.
still see you and we can still hear you. Yeah, you and Ginger are still right on the screen. It looks great.
Okay, so, sorry. So a big black box just came up over the middle of my screen, and I was trying to figure out what that was. But a good foster family is one that just has the time to give. And we hear so often, I couldn't foster because I could never let them go. It would just be too hard for me. Um, the hard part for us is having to say no to dogs, and know that, when we say no at 3 o'clock to a last chance dog at a shelter, they don't get a 5 o'clock.
Oof.
So I would rather cry a little bit when they leave my house and go with a family that's, walking them out to the car and loving on them and so excited to start their new lives. I'll cry a little bit for that, knowing that I made that difference.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point, Lori. I love that you said that. Now, tell people how they can get in touch with you guys and how they can maybe see pictures of not only just Ginger, but some of the other doodles that you have up for fostering right now.
They can go to our website, which is floridalittledogrescue.com. And we have a section on there with information about fostering. We use the same application for fosters that we do for adopters. We just ask that you put in the comments that you want to foster, and then a member of our foster introduction team will reach out to you and go over everything with you and talk through the process and answer any and all questions you may have. And then we can go from there, finding the best match for you as a foster. We can't, when we have the pups and we place them in foster, we don't always know everything about them. That's the
Right.
foster's, part to kind of learn and let us know so that we do know. But we try very hard to make sure that we don't put a dog in your home as a foster that isn't going to be a good match.
Yeah, yeah, that's for sure. So the foster's just kind of getting the intel, so to speak, so the adoptive
Exactly.
family can kind of know what's going on there. Lori Johnson with Florida Little Dog Rescue, thank you so much for what you do in the community and what you're doing for all of these pets. And thank you for bringing Ginger on today. I just love seeing her. I guarantee you she's not going to be with you much longer.
Well, we do love having her as a foster, but honestly, I will be happy when she gets home because that means she's starting her new life off as much as we've enjoyed her as a house guest. So,
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. Bye, Ginger.
all right. Thank you so much for having us.